Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachak Quadash, double honors to the elect, apostles, bishops, elders at Great Millstone, everywhere. Shalom to like God out there doing this work in sincerity and truth, and not for vain glory, in season out of season. Shalom to the men, women, sons, and daughters, the elect men, women, sons, and daughters of Israel, which are the elect of you, men, women, sons, and daughters of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans scattered to the four corners of the earth. All right. This is another basic scripture. Psalm 17, chapter 13, verse. Okay. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him. The hymn is talking about Esau, so-called white man. Cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked. The wicked is talking about Esau, which is thy sword. Okay. So the Most High's sword, Yahweh, sword through his son Yahweh Shai is Esau, the so-called white man. Okay. Let me see. Let's go to it. See, we want to be delivered from the Most High Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai's sword. Okay. And the elect of the nation of Israel will be delivered from his sword. You know, his various weapons, his guns, you know, his military might, you know. Let's go to it right quick. I think that's alright. Let's go to it. Bear with me for a second. Okay. Okay. Let me see. All right. Okay. I started the 32nd verse. It said, and Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau, which would be the so-called white man. All right. He's the forefather of all you so-called white people. All right. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau, the so-called white man, heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing, which is Jacob. And Jacob had 12 sons, and the 12 sons became the 12 tribes of Israel, which are you so-called Black, West Indian, Haitian, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, Hispanics. Okay, the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? Jacob means supplanter. For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? Esau, you didn't have enough intestinal fortitude You sold your birthright. You sold your birthright for some pottage, man. Because you came back faint. You know, you should have just died, but it wasn't your blessing from the beginning to rule over all the nations. All right. This is your blessing, Esau, so-called white man. Okay. Says, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, so-called white man, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, which is a so-called white man. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Here's the point I wanted to get to. And by thy sword shalt thou live. Okay? All right? And by thy sword shalt thou live. And that's how the so-called white man has gotten everything. All the riches he's got. Okay? All the lands he's taken. Well, stolen. Okay? He's gotten it by the sword. Now, the modern day sword is a gun. Okay? All right? Everything that Esau got is by his sword. Okay? And that's Esau. That's one of his main blessings. He lives by the sword. You know? He doesn't just have a sword and use it to protect himself. Modern day guns, modern day weapons. You know? No, he lives by it. Anything he wants, he uses the sword, his modern day weapons, to take it, to steal it, to subdue nations. Okay? All right? So we definitely want to be delivered from Yahweh, his sword, which is Esau, which is the so-called white man. Hope you've been edified, and with that, shalom.